Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Emmy the Cat Lady here, and you join me here just at North Vegas, outside this place. So today we're going to talk about the other Mr. House, not the one that owns Lucky 38 back in the city. So we're here at the H&H Tool Company. I'll show you on the map where that is. So where are we? Yeah, so Freeside's down here, Crimson Caravan, and then North Vegas is up here, and the Strip is down here. So this is where we're based. So this place was owned by Anthony House, which is Robert House's half-brother, older half-brother, I should say. So basically when the parents, so Anthony's mother and the father, were killed in an accident when Robert House was 2 years old, so that happened in 2022. He basically did some legal manoeuvres in order to get control of the family business, which is the H&H Tool Company. So he basically made sure that Robert had absolutely no part in the inheritance, because he wasn't really family, was his opinion. So let's head inside. So Anthony was a strong believer in conspiracy theories and the like, and became increasingly more paranoid as time went on. So be aware when you come in here, there's angry robots, there's traps. Like, for example, there's a robo brain there. Was a robo brain there. So yeah. We've got robo brains, we've got crazy Mr. Handies, and there's traps all over the place as well. So, boxing time. So there's a couple of good bits of loot in here. The most interesting thing is these suspicious terminals. So the first thing to talk about is that he began to show some kind of strange behaviours, even in public, and implemented some wild security measures within the company. So let's have a look at the HR emails. So Cindy Lou Kreb was the person that Anthony trusted the most. She's in charge of HR. So new employee policies, effective immediately. The following company policies are in place. All cameras are forbidden in office areas and on the factory floor. It's not unreasonable. No more than 3 employees are permitted in the break rooms at any time. And number 3, in accordance with the wishes of management, all bathrooms have been sealed off and walled over. Employees are requested to attend to all waste disposal needs before or after work hours. If you have any questions about these policies, please email Human Resources. Thank you. So this is the big one. So yep, no bathrooms at all. You cannot go to the toilet while at work in this facility, which is an interesting choice, let's face it. It's also a very strange choice. Definitely breaks some kind of law or some kind of basic human rights somewhere along the line, I would say. Unfortunately, it gets worse, so this is a little bit later. So updated, please read new employee policies. Hello again everybody. Mr. H has requested that the following rules be added to the H&H Tools employee policies. Please note that these rules are effective immediately. So it's been highlighted. All employees will conduct all spoken language business in English. Yes, this includes dealing with international clients, so nobody can speak in any other language other than English. Rooftop access is strictly prohibited, and all employees must submit to random DNA screenings to isolate the traitor gene. So he's basically taken some kind of sample from his employees to make sure that they're not carrying a traitor gene, which is obviously something that doesn't exist. So you can see from these policies that this man is becoming increasingly paranoid, and we will get into what he's worried about very shortly. And then the final one, so this is, so that was May 2020, and this one was July 2022 and November 2023. Security update, very urgent. Hello fellow H&H employees. Mr H has asked me to pass on the details of our new security systems. This is very important, so please read it and confirm via email that you understand the procedures. So 1. Automated heavy turrets have been installed in both cubicle areas, the central catwalk and outside Mr H's office. You must have your ID pass on you at all times or the turrets will open fire, and we certainly don't want that, do we? Smiley face. You know, nothing about how dystopian this is, that there's literal turrets that will shoot you if you happen to forget your ID. Remember, no sudden movements until you hear the click. That means the turret has recognised your ID signature and you're safe to pass. So, you know, very real risk of getting shot at work by an automated turret, so that's fun. Employees must submit at least one of the following on the first payday of each month: 1 vial of blood, 20 nail clippings, toenail or fingernail is fine, but not a mix of both, 1 lock of hair, or a 5 square centimetre skin sample. That's quite a big skin sample. These samples will be retained for monitoring purposes. So I guess looking for more traitor genes or something, who knows. Any employee seen to be cohabiting, colluding or cogitating with any of the following groups will be terminated immediately: foreigners, masons, carpenters, tragic players, that's Tragic the Gathering, which is a game that I believe you can play in Fallout 2. It's basically a Magic the Gathering reference anyway. Illegal aliens, extraterrestrials, or the Flemish. So clearly not a fan of Belgium, this guy, which is interesting. And if you see Mr H in the halls, do not make eye contact. Making eye contact with Mr H will be seen as an attempt to steal his thought energy and will be grounds for immediate dismissal. Yes, even if Mr H is wearing his special hat. Thank you all for your patience with our little reorganisation. Now get out there and make the best gosh darn tools in the West. So there's clear progression here. So he doesn't want you to make eye contact so that you don't steal his thoughts, and he's wearing a special hat that also protects his thought energy. Yeah, so clearly this guy is, you know, very, very paranoid and clearly suffering from some kind of psychiatric issue. Probably some form of schizophrenia would be the most likely explanation. But if you access the hidden network drive, we've got a journal entry. So this is from the 12th of July 2062. It's worse than I feared. Henderson sent a 10-point memo outlining the benefits of mechanisation and automation. As if I wouldn't know he's been plotting with my half-brother the entire time. I knew he was a weasel dictator from the moment I laid eyes on him. Only one thing to do, one thing and the company, my father's legacy, is safe forever. Cindy Lou will bring him to me and then I'll make an example. The bastard will learn why you don't cross the house. So that's a journal from Anthony himself, and that one does get added to the Pip Boy. There was at one point part of a quest that involved coming to this place. Oh Jesus, must have set off one of the traps there. That gave me a fright. Yeah, there's cut content that was supposed to involve this place, and part of it is when with the followers of the apocalypse, Emily Ortle, I'm pretty sure her name is. Oh, mine's haha, got those ones, didn't get blown up that time. Yeah, the moon comes over the tower, and basically you were supposed to come here, and there was actually more to that quest than just putting one thing on one terminal in the Lucky 38. So you were supposed to come here. I have no idea why, I just got experience. Yeah, there is some interesting things. So in this room there's a couple of other terminals that you can read the emails between different employees, which yeah, so I have to work with the Loch Ness Monster Puppet. So basically these people had some very interesting escapades, we'll call it. But yeah, so this one, again, same HR emails and then the hidden network drive. So we've got a journey journal entry from the 6th of April 2068, so we're now less than 10 years before the bombs. No more haircuts, no more trims. They can use it to steal your thought energy with their eyes. I have a special hat that stops them though. Special hat and special shotgun. Father, why have you stopped talking to me? You always loved him best, didn't you? So he's talking to his father, and it does seem like potentially some of this was born out of jealousy over Robert House, who, bear in mind, when their parents died, was 2 years old. And then again, same emails there, but they had network drive, so we've got another journal entry. So this is the 27th of December 2074, so we're getting closer to the time where the bombs fell, and at this point Robco, Mr. House's company, is just climbing to new heights and is very, very successful. Yeah, so this one seems to be a little bit unhinged because it just says nevertheless over and over and over again. We'll come in here, and this is obviously the boss's office. So here's another suspicious terminal. Hidden network drive, 15th of April 2077, so that's 6 months-ish before the bombs. Cindy Lou can no longer save me. That's it. So he's... right, there is a tripwire there. I know there's a tripwire there. Can see it. Yeah. So yeah, there's, you know, red shotgun on the desk. A bunch of burnt books. And there's also Lucky 38 VIP key card, and then we've got Anthony House's terminal, which is average locked. So we'll just get a wee bit of hacking done. That was easy. Like it when it's the first one. Here we go. So we've now got some more journal entries, and then again the Lucky 38 executive override. So that was going to be part of the cut quest. Actually, I may have been wrong before. The key card lets you get into warehouse as if you don't have the science skill or the platinum chip in order to get into warehouse, like Mr. House's body is in the Lucky 38. This was part of that cut quest that obviously didn't go anywhere, but there's still bits of it left. So 14th of May 2061. As the years roll on, I find myself missing Father's advice more and more. I wonder if he would be proud of the decisions I've made, but no, such second guessing does me no good. I won't be weighed down by the past, and I won't waste energy on ancient family history, especially when that history isn't really family at all. So this is him referring to Robert House's half-brother, who he just doesn't think of as family. And then 19th of January. I'm beginning to mistrust Henderson. I think he's conspiring with my bastard half-brother to seize the company. I built this company, damn it. I won't be ousted by some Johnny-come-lately fancy college man with his robots and his degrees. I've asked Cindy Lou to keep an eye on him, to monitor his email for suspicious activity. So, again, this is the thing. There's somebody that works for him that he's pretty sure has been talking to Robert House, to Robco, and, you know, talking about his fancy college man with his robots and his degrees, because as we know, Robert House went to CIT and, you know, gained a lot of qualifications there, and then built Robco from nothing basically, and became very, very successful. So it really does seem to be that there's been some really bitter underlying jealousy all along, and this is it now really starting to have a significant effect on this man's psyche. So 19th of June 2077, so just a couple of months before the bombs at this point. They've all turned against us, haven't they? Cindy Lou is right. I've had no choice. May God forgive me for what I've done. All my employees, all those people I thought loyal friends. Was I wrong? Am I crazy? Possibly. I've scattered this journal across all the terminals in the office just in case they won't take me without a fight. As soon as I finish this entry, I'm activating the security systems. If you're reading this and you're American, God bless the USA. If you're reading this and you're my brother, see you in hell. Alexander House. So presumably there was a name change that got missed on this terminal entry, and it's been renamed to Anthony House. So you can see that there's just a real progression of anger and bitterness and paranoia. He thought that somebody was going to come in and, House was going to come in and basically buy out his company and leave him to ruins. So yeah, kind of a shame. And the company itself is based on Howard Hughes' family company, I believe, which is what Mr. House himself is based on. So it's quite an interesting parallel. Oh, we haven't been this way, have we? Or did we? Oh, there we go, turrets. Looking at me. Yeah. Another terminal. Anything of interest here? Oh yeah, there's some funny emails here. So yeah, this is a response to one of the HR emails with what the jumping monkey fuck. Have you seen these new HR rules? What the hell is going on here? I swear if this place didn't have great benefits, I'd be out of here, Jack. So it seems like a lot of employees stayed on for getting really, really good benefits, which we know in the pre-war world and Fallout that workers' rights and that kind of thing was not very commonplace in the world. So, it's good to see that some people are actually getting something, but these people are all up to all sorts of things. So just fed Alan a line about having to play the Loch Ness Monster, so I'm free Friday night. Bring the stovepipe and the souvenir moon rocks. And then Jenny said your brother might know something about these Robco guys that are kicking our asses on the trading floor. You heard anything? So and then the wife's away this weekend and Jenny's busy. Bring over the rubber sheets and the souvenir elephant foot trash can. So make of that what you will. But it does seem like all the employees in here were having all sorts of interesting extracurricular activities. Then it's what's these guys have been coming after our market share. Oh wait, this feels personal. Did Mr. H run over Robco's dog or something? So clearly there's some stuff going on in terms of the stock markets and financial side of things between Robco, and it's causing problems for this company as well. And then wife's out of town, bring the accordion and the riding crop. So you know what? If you're into it and everybody's consenting adults, then it's all good. But yeah, so there's clearly a lot of kind of extracurricular. Oh crap! Yep. Oh, does this computer have anything of interest on it? Let's see. Are you out of your mind? You think they aren't monitoring emails? Don't send that seditious shit my way. There we go. So it's alright to talk about your wild escapades, but not dissenting about the company that you work for. Yeah. And clearly somebody is a Nuka-Cola fan, because there is quite a lot of bottles of Nuka-Cola and junk foods. Yep, and the usual suspects, Dandy Boy apples and cram, Instamash. But only 3 people allowed, and yeah, we know that the toilets were bricked over. This just brings us back out to the reception desk. Yeah, so that is the story of Anthony House, Robert House's big brother, who unfortunately was consumed by jealousy and bitterness that unfortunately led to him completely losing it and becoming extremely paranoid. So we don't really know what happened to him, because that last journal entry was made just a few months before the bombs fell, and we know that the Vegas area was protected by Mr. House for the most part, so the bombs impact wasn't anywhere near as massive as it had potential to be if it hadn't been for House's interference, that he managed to block most of them. And we don't find any skeletons in this place either, so there's no evidence that anybody, died here and were just left. So we don't actually know whether, because even if House wanted to reach out and give him a hand, he probably wouldn't have accepted it, and we don't know that Mr. House would have done that anyway. So it's quite sad really in some ways, but the employees' emails are quite entertaining to read as well. That's quite funny. Oh yeah, there's a rigged shotgun in here as well. Just this man who was very paranoid and unfortunately let his jealousy and bitterness completely consume him. To be fair, Anthony did run the business quite successfully for some time before the paranoia really got to him, and I think that shift probably happened more so at the point when Robco started to gain traction and started to become such a big name, getting contracts with Vault-Tec and with the military and all that kind of thing, the Pit Boys, the Securitrons and the other robots and things. It's certainly heavily implied from pictures of Mr. House that he was involved in Liberty Prime's creation. And, you've got this, broken down factory, and then just there is the Lucky 38, just over in the distance, and you can see it. So yeah, it's an interesting story, and it's quite a sad one, really, that this man just allowed jealousy and bitterness to take him over completely, and we don't really know what happened to him in the end, but there we have it. So that's the other Mr. House, and the story of a man who really allowed his jealousy and paranoia to get the better of him, and maybe spent too much time learning about conspiracy theories, and unfortunately it had a significant impact on his mental health. And we know mental health is an important thing. It's something that we do need to be talking about more, and we need to be more aware of in the real world as well, because it impacts so many people, and the more we talk about it, the more it's going to be okay to talk about it, and that's one of the most important things. We need to get rid of that stigma around it. I'll leave you there, and I'll see you next time. Bye.